The man that is talking to you. Next time, don't have me to open my mouth until you have this thing opening its mouth. See, I have spent many words that a lot of people could not hear. Good. I'm going to charge you all labels with this, because what do they know I said before? You opened it up. Now we can hear. The reason that you must know the truth today, it is because the liar must be removed. And to keep you from getting confused over the truth and the lie. A plain warner, says the Holy One, would be sent to you. Whose words that will be easy for you to understand. He will speak your own language, and he will be chosen from among you. There will be no stranger coming out of the east to you. It will be one of your own self. Like God has always done in the past. He raised up a warner or a prophet from among the people whom he will warn. So they will not have no excuse to say that they don't understand that stranger. There was no such plain truth taught to us in the past. We've been shining our eyes looking for somebody to scale the eastern horizon. And we'll look up and see them coming. But the Holy One condemns such. Because if that man comes from the east, he may speak a strange language, and you won't be able to understand it. Then the Holy One you will say, oh, an Arab and a Arabic Holy One can't understand either one. But he goes into your family and search for one of your own. Take him off aside and teach him what he wants you to know. And then, when you hear the word of truth coming from the mouth of those among you, or one from among you, you can't have an excuse and say you couldn't understand the language. He speaks the same language that you speak. I want you to listen good. Today you have something coming to some of you who have never heard it before. I am that little fella that he taken off aside and talked. Well, I say, that little fellow, the Bible makes him little. He didn't make him a big sheep He said, a little lamb. So I'm very little. I don't know how much is lamb about me, but I know I'm little. It is up to you to listen. And as you listen, read and remember. If God says in the Bible, before that dreadful day shall come, I will send you Elijah. I am Elijah. The truth must be made very clear. If I had just jumped out of the college door or university of this people to you, I would speak their language. This theology, as we call it, science, I would have been teaching you theirs, since they have never taught you theirs in many things. As I was talking in Washington, D.C., back in the middle 30s, to a couple of theologic teachers of Christianity. And so we really had it for a while until my fire outburned here. So he, at the end of our argument, he got up and shook hands, both of them. So I never heard that before, he said, because they just don't teach us Negroes nothing over there like that. I said, they don't have this over there to teach you. It is not that the white people of Christianity, the theologians, that they have this really hid. They never heard it before. It is the first time they ever heard the real truth of themselves. As one priest told me one day, he said, Elijah, he said, we knew this was coming, all right enough. He said, but I never understood it from the Bible like you have it. I say, your Bible teaches you that. I say, it teaches you that the secret of it was never known and would not be known until the end. And then God will send you that preacher to preach to you the truth of it. As the Holy One warned you that Abraham and Ishmael, they prayed for such men, that God would rise him up from among you at that time to teach you the knowledge of the book and to make known to you the wisdom which is hidden from you. This is the little fellow that God put it all in his ear. Why you must have it today, it is due to the removal of your old ruler, your old God that you've been worshiping, that you didn't know where he lived at and where he exists. Some of us say he lived in my soul. Yes, that's the truth. That the truth do live within us. But knowing where the truth came from is the main thing. Who is the truth giver? If you have patience with me for about a month, I will have you so smart. Yes, I will have you so smart that you can tie them around your fingers. I am Elijah of your Bible. I'm the Muhammad of your Holy Quran. Not the Muhammad that was here near 1400 years ago. I am the one that the Holy Quran is referring to. The Muhammad that was here 1400 years ago was a white man. Then they put up a sign of the real Muhammad. It's there in Mecca, Arabia. They call it the little black stone. I looked at it. I made 7 circles around it. I kissed the little black stone, but I didn't like to kiss it because I knew what it meant. It means that the people will bow to the real black man that is coming up out of uneducated people who have not the knowledge of the Bible and Holy Quran, and that's why they made that stone an unhewed stone. He will be uneducated. So I was there kissing the sign of myself, and I was afraid to tell them that this me you were talking about here. So, what you have been told, it was told to you to understand. It was not given to you to understand before that time. This is the time that you must know the secret of all truth that has been put in symbolic manner. Now today, the veil must be lifted, and you understand. If you believe that I am He, then you're a very lucky man or woman. It is not that I want you to believe and worship me, but believe and worship Him whom I preach to you. Been a long time since I had a chance to get on the rostrum to teach. I don't come out very often due to the fact that I'm forbidden to do so until the proper hour. We are going into the theology of time and history of the people. We were not to do this until time. This is the time and end of what we call the white race. They are white, and the only people that was made white. You ought to know who they are. You are not no more to be blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of people, races, and why we have races. Everything that we said to you today, it must be proven. God give me the proof. I'm the little fellow in your Bible that is written out that they will shut their mouths at him. If any man will be able to condemn what I'm teaching, you bring him to me. We don't no more pay attention to a magician. They are considered liars, and they can be proven liars if you understand the truth. Why you are so far behind is due to the white man who knew the truth of you. He taken and veiled it, put it in books and symbolic language so that you won't see and understand until the time. And this is the time that you must know the truth. Regardless to how it hurts, you must know it. And regardless of what becometh the speaker for teaching you, he must teach it if he knows it. So today we're going at the root of the creation of the white race. Show you how he came to be a white race on our planet. As you used to think, and I used to think the same, that God made them all at once. No. And that the white man was the first. No. I was wrong. It is not possible for black babies to be born out from white parents. No. That black one gotta come first and let the white one come after. You can't bring them both here together. Let us make man. Remember that word. Let us make man. Well, if we have to make man, then what was we? Who was the us that must make man? What man are you talking about? All of this you will learn. You will learn the first step before you leave here. I won't be able to teach you all of it this afternoon because I got to go step by step to the first step to get you to see. But once you see, you'll be like the donkey that Balaam was riding. Remember, the donkey had never met an angel before. and he had never had no talk with an angel. But he was confounded to see an angel standing before him, teaching him the knowledge of what he was carrying on his back. He spoke with man's voice. Very good. This is what we want you to do. We want you to speak the knowledge that he has, the made man, not the original man, but the made man. You don't have to teach the knowledge to the original man because he was the first. He know it. But the made man, you must have the knowledge of him. And that's my subject today. It is to start you off into the knowledge of the made man. You are the original man. There is no such thing as a birth record to you. You have always been. The Adam in the Bible, you never understood it. Who Adam was. You have been calling Adam your father. Adam is not your father. We are very happy to teach you if you will but listen. And I will assure you, if you listen to me teach you how all of this began and how it will end, you will never be able to thank me for it. In the past, we found where God, in the history, when he got tired of people being so wicked and so far off from the love and worship of him, he raised right up among that people a prophet. And that prophet began to warn the people of a terrible destruction coming upon you if you don't believe what I have received from God. The same thing is here today. You hear and you see many changes coming to pass throughout the world of man. You never saw it, nor have you ever heard any such thing going on. Today you can listen to your radios, look at your TVs, and you see things and you hear things that you never have seen and heard before. This is due to the removal of a world and setting up a new world on the old foundation of the other, which has been removed. We no more can accept the guidance of this world because it is turning down. The people have become so dissatisfied with the white man's world that they too, being white, would like to remove it. This is why they both are going to clash with each other. They're moving towards each other closer and closer every hour. This teaching must come to you to save you from their doom. In the very beginning, there was no doom written for the black man, unless that black man willfully and knowing would follow the white man to his doom. The doom of the white man was written in the day that he was made. There was never no doom written for you. The end of your world will never come to an end. We can change at times. We change, but we never end. No end written for us. You can't find where the black man will end up one day and have no world. If he ends up one day without a world, then there will be nothing. It will be the same as it was in the first life that was created in darkness for itself. There is no God nowhere to take hold to the black man wisdom and outstrip him of his own wisdom. Once upon a time, a black man tried to destroy the black man. So Allah taught me. But he failed. He couldn't destroy himself because he was the creator. So he left some of us back here right on. That was a long, long time ago. So God taught me. It was in the making of the moon. His effort to destroy the black man caused a new world of thought to come in. He split this one into taking another part of it, put it out before our eyes to serve as signs. For this part, he wanted to destroy us, but he couldn't. He wanted his teachings to go, like the one that went into Africa, and we came from him. 50,000 years ago, God taught me, a black man disagreed with the 11 scientists. And therefore the 11 stuck together and let him go and prove his new God wisdom somewhere else. So it was Africa he went to prove it, in the jungles of Africa. He said he could make a people like himself and would bring them to an order, because they would be strong, powerful. Nothing could defeat them. So the 11 said, go and make your man, but don't make him here. So he went into the jungles of Africa. 50,000 years ago, so God taught me, and he showed me the sign that I could recognize today. He pointed out to me one night 2 little stars in the southeastern skies, a blue one and a red one. He said, it's been 50,000 years since we have seen these 2 stars. He said, and when they go way out of the skies from our sight this time, it'll be 50,000 years before they reappear. Every time they reappear, there will be a universal change. See? The white man recognized these things. They're scholars and scientists. But they don't dare talk to you on nothing of the kind. See, here showing and blue star beside a red star, that means removal of a world that don't correspond with the original world. You say, well, how many more times? This is to end it up. The wisdom that this one brought is to bring an end to these signs waiting for us to show us something to come after. This man's wisdom. There is no wisdom to come after this that will be able to erase this wisdom, because this wisdom is brought to you from the root of wisdom, from the originator of the universe. You notice, excuse me, brother, I'll be right with you. You notice that the whole universe is egg-shaped. The planet in the universe is also egg-shaped. They are not a perfect round sphere. Well, then this is leaving a little work for some wise man. That I'm not able to perfect, then someone must perfect that thing. This is the way we look at wisdom. When scholars are arguing with each other, they take one word most times. They don't take a whole book. One word is sufficient for them to argue on. If that is not perfect, then all right, he challenges you to prove your work. These are scientists. I don't say I'm one, but I can entertain them. I'm raised up in your midst, which crowns you with glory and happiness. That if you can think of anything in the basic teaching of the resurrection of the dead that I don't understand, I give you $10,000 out of my brother's vest pocket. We must have a man today to teach us that no, and not a guess that he has. We're no more going to read our own guesses and theories. Theory is not truth until you prove it true. Many of us can have theories, but not all of us can bring our theories true. I hope you have patience with me a little. You did not see this boy here last Sunday turning this way. This is the thing I'm going after now. At the root of the signs and of the make, we must go at the root to prove today that the all-wise, the best knower is with us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Farad is the name used by the God of the last, opening up the kingdom of heaven to you and me. The name for God is a name outside of the name. Outside of the 100 attributes of God.
Yes, sir.
It's an extra name to itself. The Bible gives it to you like this. He had a name written up and down his side that no man knew but he himself.
Yes, sir.
Well, all of this is understood now. God has taught me. There is nothing of the Bible, nothing else of the Quran that is yet to be misunderstood.
Yes, sir.
It's understood today. This is the little fellow that God has made all that secret known to, and I don't say I'm guessing at anything. It's all what God has given me. And if you take it and tell it to the sanctists of this world, if you can find one that can dispute with me on one word I'm telling you, I will give you $10,000 out of my brother's. You should be happy if you know that these are truths that's been buried from your ears all your life and all your parents' life. This is the first time that you ever heard this. And they are true. I don't say that I tell you because I don't think you ever read nothing about it. Oh, excuse me. No, you read about it, but you were not unable. Pardon me, you were unable to understand what you read. I say to you, you should come out and listen to truth and stop listening to guesses. The Bible has been taught to you through people that guessed at it. Not know the truth, but guessed at the truth. Well, it's time to give that fellow the truth and stop him from guessing at it. The Bible teaches you in the beginning God made heaven and the earth. Right? That is true. In the beginning, but when was the beginning? You say in the beginning, when was that beginning? And how did he make heaven and earth? See, we must know the truth of these things. And if the truth does not compare with what you see and what you hear, then you don't have the truth. So I don't run from you when I teach. You can question me all you want to. No, because I have your answer. God has given it to me. Not me myself. He gave it to me, to give to you. And if you use it, lucky are you. We see here, on this board before our eyes, two flags. And we see under one flag here a cross, and a man hanging on a tree. All of this you know to be true. I thought I'd wait until you go over this cross, pardon me, over this drawings a little bit as I'm coming into it, to teach you the understanding of it. Here on this board, you'll see the flag of America, and you see the flag of Islam. In the flag of America here, you'll see the sign that they use for their religion. You'll see red, white, and blue as colors. Over here you see white and red only. These are very good teaching that you should know. Between the two flags, you have these words written. Which one will survive the war of Armageddon? When will that be? It's on now. Armageddon is on now. You will not be hearing the truth of these things. The truth is only to come when the falsehood has failed.
Yes, sir.
As long as falsehood can rule, it remains like night. As long as the night can rule, you won't see no day.
That's right. Yes, sir.
So he uses all of these signs and truth teachings that we contend with each other daily.
Yes, sir.
Now between here we have written, which one will survive the war of Armageddon? What is Armageddon war? It's a war that clashes with falsehood. Truth clashes falsehood, and falsehood clashes truth. Falsehood will try to continue to rule, and truth must overcome it and cast it out. That flag to our right here contains only two colors, red and white. The meaning of these two colors is that red represents truth. This is the first thing that we had in the universe. It was a red ball of fire to lighten up the universe. That's the sun.
Yes, sir.
The sun is a red ball of fire. Something like about 800,000 miles in diameter. That's a very big sun. 800 miles in diameter, right through it. Now, that ball of fire, which is nothing but fire, the sun, don't get it mixed up with some old slavery teaching. It's no spook. We are sure it's fire. We have tested and drawn fire of it. So it is a ball of fire that winds up a cycle which 9 planets make. That sun strikes all of these 9 planets. And the farthest away of all the planets is the one you call Platoon. That planet is 4,600,000,000 miles from the sun. And yet that sun strikes it just a few hours in our regular day. It makes it revolve around. What sign is that? That wherever the light of truth touches human beings, it changes. That God teaches us the science of that Pluto or Platoon planet, 4,600,000,000 miles from us. He used it for a sign of us. We've been 4,000 years off from Him. 4,000 years off from the history of this 6,000 years that Moses taught Israel. Moses' teaching didn't touch Israel until it already had been 2,000 years since he was cast out from us in Arabia. That left us 4,000 years to wait with him. Now, since we wait with him the 4,000 years, he clipped us for 400 years of it. We have been blinded to the knowledge of ourselves for 400 years. So, we have this sign before you for you to read and learn something from it. You see stripes of red, stripes of white, and then you see a blue square here full of stars. What does that mean, Elijah? It means truth in the American people. This is their flag. It's the root meanings of themselves. It means that this white represents themselves, their color. That red represents the sun, and the red representing the sun along beside of an equal stripe of white, that the red represents the truth, and the white represents the white people, and that the blue represents untruth, like the sky. We say there's a blue sky. You can go up there 1 billion miles and you'll never find no blue. So today, God has given me the secret of all these things, and I'm here to teach you the secret. That blue represents untruth. Just as the sky looks blue, but it's no blue sky. So you may chase it all day and all night long in your planes, and you won't find no blue sky up there. Let's don't get... You may say, well, Mr. Muhammad, I say you have on a blue suit. That means you untrue? No. This blue I'm wearing, I live among untrue people. And to get among them, to get their attention, you look like them, and you can creep up to them. He thinks that's himself. The American flag and its true meanings. when the old original scientist designed this for white America, he told him, he says, I put the blue in here for you because you will not be true. Blue represents untrue color. See, there is nothing by nature is actually true in blue. It always can be disappeared because that's not the true color of nature or the universe. Science, the true color in the universe is the sun, and the sun is something that is fire. It's red, and it produces colors. Wherever there is a artificial-like plant, it can change that artificial plant into another color, because it is the master that does this. The sun brings up the colors out of the earth into plant life and into other lives. Creeping, crawling, walking life. The sun can change it to whatever it wants it to be, or whatever is the nature of the sun, pardon my language. It will change it to something else. Pardon me, I'm going on a little slow with you. I'm not going to. You that have never studied the universe and the planets in the circle of the universe, as it's a circle itself. The whole universe is a circle. You that have never studied this, though you have studied astronomy yourself, some of you, but I said you have not gotten this deep in it because the teachers that taught you some knowledge of astronomy didn't have it themselves. And if they had it and knew that the meanings of it, the end of it is you, he's not going to teach it nowhere. No. This is why they don't type me and put in their paper to make me prove what I teach. It makes him so little in it until that you had to take something like a magnifier glass to try to find it. So therefore, he don't want to challenge me out here before you. I will love to have him to stand here and challenge him. I would give him $20,000 every hour he would come here and try to contend. Well, Mr. Muhammad, I think you're talking too fast. No, I am not.
No, sir, you're not.
I have mine from God.
Yes, sir.
And what he have came from God.
Yes, sir.
But God gave him the wish of that he had in his storehouse.
Yes, sir.
And he made the worst man that ever lived in the sun.
Yes, sir.
As we have not got to that yet. But you will agree with me when I have taught you how he was made and give you the knowledge of how you can test the truth. Since you don't know how to test real truth because you've never heard real truth. I can teach you how to test it. I can teach you how to attack me and show you how I can ward you off. We see these signs, and that scientist that gave America a flag was a black man. She didn't know how to make one with science like the black man, because the black man was the maker of all this color and stripes. So he made America one with truth and with justice and with fire that will ultimately destroy the falsehood that will come in the sun. He put it there before the white man's face in this color. Don't call it old glory. It's old hell to you. Not old glory. They're fighting the truth and putting other than the truth with truth. You can't call it an old glory for you, because you are made of truth, but a deceiver of truth deceives you of the knowledge of truth. Therefore you think that you're the same fellow that he is. You are not, because one like yourself made him. He didn't come with us. We made him just 6,000 years ago. And he will tell you himself that man has been on this earth for hundreds of thousands and millions of years, trillions. Then the man he referred to there means you. The man that didn't came with the sun and the moon and stars, he is not referred to as the man. The human made into man, he's called a human man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And not to be called man. Man, period, is you and I. The white man is called mankind. And he knows himself to be that. And he refers to himself as mankind. Well, that is in the Bible. He said he made him like a man. But yet he was not the man. So that's pretty good. He admits these things. When he said mankind, he's referring to white people. He's not referring to you. You are not to be called or represent yourself as mankind. You are not a kind of like man. You are the real man. And the Lord said, let us make man. Think over that. And you have believed it. And you thought that meant all of us. There was no such thing that God said, let us make a black man, because no man knows when the first black man was made. As there was no circumference or diameter, or I should have said first, there was no diameter measured through the darkness. that we created ourselves out of. Unable to measure it. We can measure it now, but not then. Ask me sometime after this evening, I'll tell you what I meant by telling you that we couldn't measure it then. Nothing I will say up here on this platform that God have not given to me the root of it.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't believe I'm telling you the truth of it, just because you don't know it, then you get someone that you think know it. Ask him to challenge this truth for you, and you won't find it. The scientists of the Bible and prophets couldn't find it. They prophesied of me in these words there. In Isaiah, I think you'll find it. They will shut their mouth at him. They who? It means the saints class of the white people.
Yes, sir.
They will not try and dispute with me. And they don't do it. And you should have remembered when I went to Washington in 1959. They have great respect for me. The government sent out its soldiers and welcomed me into Washington from the airport. Right up and down Pennsylvania Avenue. They respected my knowledge. But you can't do that. I can hardly get respected in your backyard. Because you don't know. But they know. Twice they did that. They'll do that tomorrow if I go there. Never have you had a preacher to go to the government capital and they escort you from the airport up and down Pennsylvania Avenue. Because he don't have that kind of knowledge. They give him what he knows. But they didn't give me what I know. I'm like it's written in the Bible, and they put it in the name of Jesus. But this is the one that is saying this to you. He says there, when they challenged him for his knowledge of his education, he told them in answer, mine is from above and yours from beneath. They didn't question him further. Because what come up out of that civilization had no equal with that which come from God who was before. This is the means of that, mine from above, yours from beneath. The beneath means that what you know come from a wicked man of whom we made. But mine come from the man above that man's knowledge, whom we have no birth record of. It takes time. We return now to our left, here on the board.
Yes, sir.
And that on the left here, under the American flag, we find there is a cross. Outside of his flag, he has a cross. What does that mean? That he's at the crossroad of the truth. He will lead you either way, because he have no straight path to the truth to lead you on. And he called it Christianity.
Yes, sir.
Christian, Christ, means the crusher.
Yes, sir.
The plural part of the word, it means all that follow such teaching.
Yes, sir.
Christianity. Anything pertaining to the preaching of the gospel of the Christian religion, which refers to a prophet that they killed when he came among them trying to teach them Islam.
Yes, sir.
They killed that man. They killed and persecuted all the prophets of Islam who was teaching them the truth. They being made just an opposite of the truth. They could not have truth to come up in among them. It would destroy the future of their civilization. And people would believe in truth, and he could not get them to believe in his other than the truth. Christianity is other than the truth. That's why white people who are made of other than the truth want you to believe it. They don't tell you that it came from God. When they made Adam, Adam was not taught truth. He was taught evil so that he could trick the truth believer and make the trick believer, the true believer, believe in their other than the truth. This would get him off the path of righteousness, and he will become an evil doer. You notice all your life, you can get a good laugh out of white people as long as you act a fool. And as long as you want to jump up on the stage and dance and sing evil and filthy songs. And you pull off half your clothes up there and show the filth of yourself. You're all right with them. That's all they want the so-called Negro for. To show the world that he, the white man, made a fool out of one of your members, and now you don't want him. So as long as your own people and my people of the good and of the good world refuses you, then he can laugh and say, oh, I beat you, God. I've taken him away from you, though he's one of you. But I robbed your God of it, and he follows and obeys me. So, my friend and brothers and sisters of the nation that have no birth record and have no inn over yonder, there's no such thing as a beginning to black man, nor is there any such thing that you can prove truthfully an end of him. You can't prove truthfully his birth, though we can get him after his birth. But we can't tell you the atom of life which started him into perfection of a stature and form of a man. We can't tell you that thing. We can get back there. God has taught me so near to it until I will not go in that kind of teaching with you, because I don't believe you have enough knowledge to go halfway of the man. But I have been taught so near to him that you will have to put the counting of years on it yourself. I am not able, because I would have to go to how long darkness took to produce the atom in which the man was made from. For 400 years, he made our fathers and ourselves to bow to death. That sign there represents death, a cross. And put the tree and the cups hanging off the tree to show you what he do for you in Christianity. He can't do that so easy when you come out of the stars and the moon and the sun. He will get overtaken one day and be slaughtered. He would not be able, out of all the Muslims in the country, he would not be able to kill over 300 before the end of himself would come. That 300 is not from myself, but from the mouth of God. He won't be able to give over 300 Muslims before they kill all of him. He knows all of this. He's bound to attack us one day. But we have what they call in the Bible 7 angels here with us. And Allah told me he's not enough for one. That one, the 7 of them, all would like to get a hold of him. But he's like a mouse among 7 hungry cats. And there's not a full meal of the mouth for one of these 7 cats. I'm not going to wear you out, but I have not yet begun, Holly. As some of these brothers and sisters know that it takes me a long time to go through this here. I'm challenging the root of what you've been listening to. And therefore, I cannot tell you the root of the creation of man and his characteristics and what he's to end up with doing in no few minutes. I don't care how fast I talk, I couldn't do it. The best I have made out in the time of teaching this history is about 5 hours. I cut it down from 6 to about 5. But it takes hard work to do it. As the world of the white man was given 6,000 years to live and rule us and take us to hell with him if he can. It takes 6 hours to teach that history. I have worked on this history for years, for 40 years. 40 years. I didn't say 4 years. 40 years. I have been teaching this history. I have taught it at times when the Spirit of Allah would get on me until I could hardly lie down when I go home. My wife, if she was here, she would tell you so. but she's unable to be here with us today. She was here last Sunday, but she's in hospital now, suffering with a very, very, very dangerous complaint. And she probably will be with us as soon as she's able to do so. Looking at the old cross, Christ my Lord, they say, my Redeemer, died for us. When would God be fool enough to come out and die for the devil? Jesus died for us. And, well, if he died for you, how many more Jesus does it take now to free you? We have been mistreated by white people since the death of Jesus more than before. We was not here in North America for the white man to mistreat us in the time of Jesus. We just came here, or was brought here rather, 300 years ago, 400 years ago. If we had been here in the time of Jesus, when Muhammad was born, he would have come and gotten us. So says God. One of or two of his generals, when they got to the ocean, the history teaches us that the horses who staved at the surface of the sea, and they lifted up the sword, shaking it at the sea, and said, if it wasn't for this sea, I would keep on to the ends of the earth, putting to death every infidel that I find. So God taught me, he says, Elijah, he says, if you all had been over here at that time, he said, he would have gotten over here and got you himself. He said, all love you. He said, but the devil and I have spoiled you so they don't want to take up the time to try to put you back where you once came from. He said they don't want to teach you. You're so spoiled and ruined by the devil that they can't stand your insults. So they left the work up to me and you to do. He says, and we are not going to miss him. Marcus Garvey made an attempt, he says. He loved you all, but he didn't have the knowledge that he should have had to have brought you out of. Noble Drew Ali, he says, he tried. But he was not able because he lacked the knowledge. He said, now they have all left them to us, you and me. There is no one to get them now but you and me. The job is on us. He said, but when I have gotten through teaching you, you will be able to get them all. Not that I would ever be able, with whatever teaching he would give to me, unless he was with it himself. We can't give life to the dead without his help, even though we may know the key to the knowledge of that which he should rise by. We still can't do it unless he is with us. There's much that you shall know in this day and time. I'm so glad and thankful to God for giving to us this shelter to teach you the knowledge of yourself in, because you are a proud people. You will go to church wherever you find the finest one, you'll try to get in it. So now this is the finest one that is in the land. The devil will bear me witness. He have already bore witness. He called it the 10 most finest church there's in the country. Now, we went to an extremely task to try to buy it. If we had been white, we probably would have gotten the church for $2 million. But since we are black and haters of whites, they doubled it. They charged us $4 million for this church. We have not paid the $4 million, but having true friendship and brotherhood with our people in Africa, they loaned us the $4 million to pay. We have friendship all over the earth. Throughout the islands of the sea, we have friends. This was done to let you know that we have friends. For these people of ours in Africa to loan us the money to buy this church with, they didn't give it to us. They loaned it to us. They may give us some part of it later on when they learn of our great work, that they too must come by it before they can be saved. Oh, Christianity, the old doom of black man. This is the thing that doomed you. Yes, sir. And that the knowledge of it today will save you. That cross is enough to put a cross there representing their bloodthirsty death for human beings of righteous. All throughout your Bible, there was after prophets who would come among them preaching the truth. And some they beat up, jail up, and some they killed. And I'm the last of those righteous reformers. I'm the last one. Your Bible will teach you that. And I will prove it to you if you come and listen. There is no need for a prophet to come after me. Why? Because I bring you face to face with God and man. Oh, stands over there with a man swinging from a limb. As he swung that righteous from the cross he made, following him was his people. Going, ascending the limbs of trees for his body to be riddled with bullets from the Christian gun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
So we are here sent from God himself, having the power from God to put an end to it. My work is to put an end to it. And by our Lord, we will do it. Christianity. What is Christ. What Christ means? What does the real truth of the meanings of Christ? It means one coming in the last day to crush the world of evil. Christ is a crusher. You don't get that name in the Bible until this time. Then you read of Christ coming. He's the crusher of this religion. A lying religion. A religion teaches you must die before ever that you can see the hereafter, the heaven. This is true if you understood what the liar was saying. Sure, you have to die mentally out of the evil death that he put you in. He teaches you that there is a hereafter, after you die. That's right. After you die, the mental death that he put you in from slavery, up until now, until the judgment comes, then you got to be resurrected then to the mental death that you died in, not physical. There is nothing after this. Flesh and bone go back to the earth. I've gotten it from the earth to build me a body for breath to enter. And when breath entered the body, it made a sound. And from the sound, I could walk and I could guide myself. Breath, the breath of life. Every human being that is born from a parent, if it does not breathe the breath that carry the earth and that we all are breathing, it won't live. We say it's a stillborn. Right? But he made you to look at it different. He made you to look at breath as something of a spirit, of a body that we can't see. That's right too. We can't see the air that we are breathing unless we get a microscope, and then we can see the very atom of life in the air. And those atoms of life in the air is the thing that gives us life. And whenever the body gets to the place that it can't draw them in, then we say he's dead. That is right. The biggest soul we have is air. Deprive the man of air and he's dead. You could come up here now and start doing this on me, on my neck, and soon you will have me so I can't breathe, and I won't be talking. Well, that's the soul that they preach to you about. That's the real soul. It is your breath. There's no such thing as a little man going out of your mouth, going to an unknown place. No. When you get so you can't breathe the little man in, you don't be a little man yourself. Take this home with you and study, and you will come to the knowledge of truth. That you've seen people probably drowning, and you see them standing up, the man on his head to run the water out of his lungs. If too much water is in the lungs, which brings in the breath of life, then the man will expire like that. He has too much of it. That will kill him. But I say to you in what I'm saying, there is no such thing as a spirit jumping out of your body going someplace. It's the spirit that can't come in to keep the man alive. No, we don't have a soul going out. It's the one that we can't keep in. Yeah. Oh, Christian. He showed you the sign of his great religion that has doomed millions and billions of people to their grave, never knowing the truth of it. Now, he said, believe in the cross, that sign. I got to take this along with you. I can't get over there and where I want to get you at until I give you the knowledge of where you are. He said, believe in Jesus, and you don't have sense enough to chase him. You don't have sense enough to make him to give you the knowledge of what he's teaching. You take it for granted, everything he says is the truth. The cross, believe in the cross. My brother, he said, I will cling to that old cross. Yeah? Over yonder, he said, on yonder's hill stands an old cross. Yeah? It's a sign of shame. It's a sign of my guilt of murdering the prophets of God. Because I was at cross, rode with them in the science of truth. So here it is, blind, deaf, and dumb black man. Follow this and you'll go to heaven and meet Jesus. Yeah? How many have been there and come back and told you that? There is no man that dies and go back to the earth returns again. That is the thing that just don't happen. You say, well, Jesus rose again. Yeah, he's rising now. The resurrection of Jesus means the resurrection of justice among you and me. That's what it means. It don't mean that man will come back alive like he once was. And make you believers whom he have made blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge of truth. You believe just as he said. Jesus will come back and he will take us all home. Yes, that's right, if you understand it. Justice will come and condemn the liar of his life and take you back home again. What home? It is just to take you back into the knowledge of yourself. And you can live in any part of the earth, Africa or Australia or of the islands of the Pacific, which actually is ruled out there now. But I say Australia is ours too, and we are bound to have it pretty soon. All of it. Among the Australian whites today on this continent, I would tell them the same. Pretty soon we were on it again like we once on it. New Zealand and all of those other islands and inlands out there in the Pacific and continents, it all belongs to us. But we was not to take them before the time of the present rulers, the white people. Now the end has come, and you will see these olives falling into the hands of black people very, very, very soon. We, the little people in North America, call everything but true names of ourselves. God will soon give you this whole entire race, and He will begin here in North America. This is the country that He will take and send to the doom, the once honor of it. Pretty soon, this is the first one, because He acted so brave and mockery of God in His way. So He will make Him His example for Europe. And Europe sort of far way off, as the Revelation teaches you there of John. And the people looked at the smoke of her ascending up forever, and they cried and cast dust on their heads for the loss of her trade they had once had with her. The Bible said they used to have ships going by sea with shiploads of great valuable merchandise, even to men. They sold slaves of us, went to our home and taken us, brought them over here and sold them between each other. This is the way our fathers was handled. Now, God wants to deliver you and me and destroy them. First, He breaks their power to rule. He brings to a naught their trade between each other. That's going on now. Never have you, since you've been born, seen the president of this country going over the earth to the nations of the earth, begging them to agree with him to live longer. He have everything the other nation have. But He know that other nations have their weapons trained on Him, and that He would not last long if He would train His mighty weapons upon the people that is now against Him. As they will tell you, we have it, but we're scared to use it, because others have the same. And so He's pleading with the nation not to use these dreadful destructions of nations on each other. It will destroy ourselves if we destroy them, and which we can, because they have that champion of war with them, the Median. And He won't allow us to take no effect upon the black man in such way that they can annihilate them from the earth. He told me and taught me about what they would do, our people, those 7 angels that you read of in the Revelation. What they will do when He starts. They are capable of cutting a corridor in the air between this country and another country and confine all his destruction in this sphere. Think over that. Teaches you and me that we made the white man. This book challenges the white man to prove that we didn't make it.
Yes, sir.
Who created you? Who made you? Did you make yourself? Just the way it reads. Or did we not make you? The white man know he came from black man. But he have killed you of that knowledge since he had the use of you for 400 years. He killed you of that knowledge. He had to translate the Bible and he covered it up so cleverly there in his mate that you, whom he had in change, would never be able to understand it unless God himself come or send one from himself. So the Holy One teaches you here a prayer that Abraham and his son Ishmael give to God for our learnings. He says, Abraham, raise up from among them one from among themselves and teach him the knowledge of the book and the wisdom, that he may teach others, his other people, the knowledge of the book. The book is the Bible. And bring them into the knowledge, true knowledge of it, because they only use guesses. Well, that's true. The preacher will tell you sometimes in his sermon, I fancy. That I fancy is the same as I guess that it means such and thus. My brother and sister, you are lucky, and myself to be living in this day. Seeing the old world go out and the new world come in. God is so powerful, mighty, that he don't want to accept living in a house where his enemy have lived. So he threatens our total destruction so that he can build a new one. The Bible says, behold, I make all things new. Oh, we'll pass over. He don't want to use a lame sheep to eat. Israel was told to not to use a lame or afflicted sheep or a calf. You must get a healthy one that is not afflicted. Picture to you the pureness of the kingdom of the black man.
Yes, sir.
He says over there in another place, I don't care nothing about you offering to me your great offerings of lambs and calves, because all that is upon 1,000 hills is mine. You don't have to give them to me, I give them to you. And in my day and time, if you cut off the neck of a calf to sacrifice it to me, be just the same as cutting off a dog. Kid. I don't need none of your calves. Take over that. Gradually, he wants to turn us into forsaking the flesh of any animal. Give us a better. He gave Israel better meat, didn't he? It was such meat that they didn't know what it was. But yet it killed the perishing desire for meat. But they said, I don't know what it is. So they named it that. Manny don't know what it is. If he could rain down meat in the desert to save the hunger and draw out of rocks water to quench that thirst, what can he do more for us? I tell you, my friend, getting acquainted with God is not like getting acquainted with a common food. Now you see how much time I have spent trying to lead you up to the subject I intend to take. So, since that I have led you up, now, near to the steps in which I want to put you in and see you walking. It's near 5 o'clock. 3 hours. I have been here 3 hours. Think over that. I know one thing. You can't go in the common church today and listen to the preacher 3 hours. God told Jonah to go to Nineveh and preach. Yet 40 days I will destroy her. Telling that, what does 40 days mean? Since the city was not destroyed, and he told Jonah to preach the preaching that he bid him. What he meant by that? Don't deny one truth, regardless to how far or how strange it looks or may be the end of your life. To tell the people that, go tell them that. And if I give them an extension of time, don't grieve over that extension of time. You have some people way in the distant future that need an extension of time. But you don't know them. Jonah. So today the time of our enemy was up in 1914. But God would not kill him lest he kill us. Because we had never as yet come into the knowledge of the truth. They must know the truth. And if they know the truth will free them. I don't have to kill them. Think over that. So now, this truth is to make you. I have knowledge of yourself, and the knowledge of the enemy, devil is blue-eyed Caucasian. My young brothers, do not grab these blue-eyed gals of his. They're doing this today to get you away from the God of your salvation. The girl has been taught a long time. So when this day comes, that she will sweetheart with you, and she will blind you into the knowledge of the time, so that you won't recognize what she's doing. She will make you think that we just now realize that we have to live as one people, and you, yet blind, you will say, yes, that's right. But no, understand what she means. That the time have arrived now that I will make you to think that I'm in love with you. I will marry you. You will marry me. But you are headed for hell. I will try to entice you, work on the very nature of you. I will go nude in front of you. Think over there. He gives them the woman corrupting themselves. That's here in your Bible. My beloved brothers, I say, flee from her. She is a universal devourer. That's what that was put here in your Bible for. See how Delilah deceived Samson, the strongest man. You are yet the strongest man. You are yet the wisest man, but no one have brought you back through the wise wisdom of yourself and the strength that it will do and produce others to succumb at your feet. This little atom, God raised up from you to teach you these things. There is nothing secret now about them. God has revealed the secret of them. And that secret is in the head of the man that you're looking at now. They are made unalike to attract you. Their father Yahoo, who made them, he was the founder of unalike attract and elect repel. And now, the only way that he can get his people to attract you is to get them before you who is made unalike. And this unalikeness will attract you. And so they're using it boldly today to get you to go to hell with it. They know they can't overcome the black God. They know that. Because he made them. So he tells his women, go now and attract them, tempt them, so that they will believe with us and become deserving of hellfire like we are. This is what he's doing. For my beloved brothers and sisters, the time, I don't want you to get restless and I want you to return and let me give you the history of the makings of this white people and what they were made out of. You could never be one of them. You could only believe them and follow them. But you could not never be one of them unless you was grafted out of your present self into what they are. But by your marrying intermixing with them, that never yet will drive you out. You will become white speckled up, but actually the blood that have the origin of what you are, it can't be destroyed so easy like that. Next time we meet, we'll tell you why. We will tell you we have the roots of everything. We have the root of the universe. This, I don't want you to get excited and throw stones at me, because I speak that which probably you never dreamed of hearing, but it is the truth. So I want to say to you at this hour and these minutes that we will discontinue our subject this 5 o'clock.
2 hours, it's 4 o'clock. Not 5.
I was looking at your clock on the wall. Is it? Is that wrong?
No, sir, it's 4 o'clock.
Well, that's the time we're supposed to dismiss our people at 4 o'clock. Because that we don't want to bore them. We want them to return. And 2 hours of this kind of work is hard enough on any human being. I have taught 6 hours. 6 hours, but since the time is helping me, making manifest so much of what I'm teaching and would teach until I want to wear myself that long. I want to learn to give it to you in 2 hours or an hour and a half. But I can't do that until I get you on the first step. So I'm going to dismiss you and let you return again. You can sit a long time if someone will do the hard work of talking. It's a hard job to stand up here and talk 2 or 3 hours. So we don't want to bore you today because Allah is making manifest the truth all out in the street. All around you and above you. So we don't have to go after it like we did 40 years ago. I used to stand 6 hours and teach you what I'm trying to teach you up to now to teach. This, what I've been saying here today, is only trying to shape you. So listen to the real thing I want to give to you. So I say, I will be back with you, if it pleases Allah, next Sunday. Thank you. Bring your friends with you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 100. Bring them with you. Because I have just now got up to the step of what I intend to teach you today. Seeing that you do not know these steps that I'm taking, I'll build them all up one by one to you, and then when I get you up to the floor, you can take a seat and sit down. I want that good brothers and that good sister who come here last week and donated to the cost of this mighty temple, which was built by the hand of white people. I thank you, brother and sister, and I thank you to continue, because, brother and sister, we borrowed the money. We have not been given the money. We borrowed it. And we pay $50,000 a month on borrowed money that we have to keep you into the best. We now looks down on the worst. we look forward for the best. We thank you for every dime that you could give us, or able to give us, and we know and believe that Allah will restore it all back to you sevenfold and more, because He did us like this. That's why we're up here today. I see a card here of Brother James 8X from Mosque number 25, donated to us today $1,000. The minister of our mosque, number 25, Allah blessed me to convert him when we both was in prison. And when he came out of prison, he started teaching our people. And the devil got a hold of him and pulled him back into prison. And he came out again, preaching to our people. I thank you, Minister James, for your donation from your followers of number 25, New Jersey. I thank you. I know you as I myself think over those days when I was teaching you in the district of Columbus prison house. That is you in here now. That you listen to what I had to say. Everywhere I would go, there in the prison house, you were coming up beside me to learn more of what Allah had revealed to me and taught me. Therefore, you held fast to it. Now you have a wonderful temple in New Jersey. Great one. And the people are flowing to you by the hundreds there. So I thank Allah for you, Brother Minister James. My beloved brothers and sisters, I thank each and every one of you that offer so much as a penny for the help of this great work. To get a nation out of a nation and reform them in such a way that they won't return to that which they are reformed out of. I thank you. Pray Allah that heaven and earth both come to you because both belongs to you. So God have taught me. And I thank you for respecting me enough to come out and sit before me and listen to what I have to say. I thank you and I pray to our God, Allah. Allah means that first and last in this name is meant what you have in the Bible. He is the first and He is the last. It's in Arabic, Allah. Now, I'm going to ask you, if before I dismiss you, I'm going to ask you, any of you have any doubt in anything that I have said, stand up and question me on. Show me that which you doubt. No one. Thank you. What I have as yet to teach you, or what I have started stepping you towards, comes here at 2 o'clock next Sunday. And we're going to add a few more steps towards the apex of what God has given to me. Then if you can find that you can walk out of it, then you will have to build more steps. And I don't think you will be able to do so. So I'm going to expect every one of you with 5 new ones with yourself next Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So since you have nothing to say, you have anything? No, I'm talking to you. You have anything? You want to be here so the minister invites you next week or this week at 8 o'clock Wednesday night and 8 Friday night. And I will come and see what you look like 2 o'clock Sunday evening. Yes, sir. Sunday afternoon. Excuse me for saying Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon.
Yes, sir.
2 o'clock. I will be here, if it please Allah, right here where you found me today at 2 o'clock. Ready to give to you someone told truth, ready to give you that which has been hidden from you all your life, to bring you forth and put you as gods over your people as you once was. Not as God, but be the God that you once was. Let us stand. The sun is going down in the west. This teaching, as I hinted to you last Sunday, will rise a powerful sun of truth and the spirit of truth from this part of our planet. By us whom God has raised up among us, no more will you look towards the east after this for a light of truth to come. So the light of truth which the scientists of the east were not able to give you will come from the west. That will change the disposition of worship. You won't look to the west, nor to the east, nor north and south for wisdom. Everywhere you go, you will find it. So the Bible sayings and prophesy of the truth, and that day it says, you that shall no more go up to Jerusalem, to the temple, there at Jerusalem seeking God. But wherever you may be, you will be a temple yourself. And therefore it won't be necessary to go to no sighting place pointing out a house with truth in it. You will be the truth. Let us turn towards the east.
Yes, sir.
And we spread forth our hands for the light of truth coming from thee. O Allah, make Muhammad successful in the wilderness of North America, and the followers of Muhammad successful, as thou didst make Abraham successful, and the followers of Abraham successful. For surely thou art great and magnified in our midst. O Allah, bless Muhammad in the wilderness of North America, as thou didst bless Abraham and the followers of Abraham blessed. For surely thou art great and magnified in our midst. Brothers and sisters, may the peace of Allah and His mercy go with you, as He did when He brought you from home. May He return with you home. As I say unto you, Assalamu alaikum.